up, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sawyer, or Sawyerism, and while I've been making content for 4.5 years on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, this is actually my first ever YouTube video, and I am so excited. I thought this would be a great opportunity for you to get to know me a little bit better if you're already familiar with my content, or introduce myself to you if you're brand new to my content, as well as answer a few questions that you guys had for me. To start, as I said, my name is Sawyer, I'm 24 years old, and I've been making content since early 2020. I love Star Wars lore, Star Wars analysis, I really love discussing diverse perspectives within fandom. If you didn't already know, I have a podcast called Yap Sesh with my best friend Brooke, where we focus on the fangirl experience through the lens of a bunch of different perspectives, which I'm really proud of, but on this channel, I want to bring that same exact energy. I also really love Disney parks and cosplay and video games, and there are so many other topics that I would love to bring to this channel specifically. But in terms of Star Wars, it was my first fandom, it is my favorite fandom, it is so near and dear to me. I have Anakin's lightsaber tattooed on me, I have TIE Fighters tattooed on me. It is all Star Wars all the time over here for the most part, and I am so excited to bring that over into my YouTube content. Star Wars has been in my life for as long as I can remember. One of my earliest memories of watching movies was when I was 5 years old, and my mom had to fast forward through all of the PG-13 parts of Revenge of the Sith when it came out on DVD because I really wanted to watch it. In terms of my Star Wars favorites, I would say my favorite movie is Return of the Jedi, but I also really love The Phantom Menace. Both of those really just feel the most Star Wars to me. The action, the characters, the setting, especially the scenes in Jabba's palace, and of course Duel of the Fates, but I also really love the sequels. The sequels brought me back to Star Wars after a several-year hiatus. They brought me back into the fandom in ways that I had never been before, and I have such a love and appreciation for Ben Solo. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. I think he's so dynamic and so complex and so interesting, and I absolutely love him. In terms of Star Wars shows, I am such a huge fan of Rebels. I think it's such a beautiful story of found family, but in terms of live action, The Acolyte is actually my favorite Star Wars live action show. I really resonated with so many of the characters, especially Osha and Asaya, and so you're gonna hear me talk about these things a lot on my page. I'm also an avid enjoyer of Star Wars books, and I am bringing an exclusive Star Wars book club to my YouTube channel, which I've already posted about on Twitter. We are reading Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule, and our book club meeting is going to be on my YouTube channel on October 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern. I also love video games, and it's been a dream of mine to stream games for several years now, so you might see me play some Jedi Survivor, some KOTOR, some Resident Evil, some Last of Us. So if that is something you'd be interested in, please let me know. Other things you should know about me: I have the cutest cat in the entire world, her name is Potato. I have the best partner in the world, his name is Billy, and you're definitely gonna see him on the channel, but we'll talk a bit about that in a second. I speak 2 languages, French and English. I'm also a scientist. I have a degree in biology, and I'm currently in grad school, and I actually study lizards in their urban environment, or rather how lizards adapt to being in urban environments. It's very niche, but I couldn't imagine a better job for myself. But enough of that. A few days ago on my channels, I posted that I was doing a Q&A, and you guys have some great questions for me, so without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, we have Jimmy Turtle from my Discord server asking, what kind of content are you making for your YouTube channel? Which is a perfect question for this video. So I've already talked a little bit about what my content looks like, but I do have some very specific ideas for what I want my YouTube channel to look like. One of those ideas being the Star Wars Book Club that I already talked a little bit about. October 15th is our first book club meeting where we're going to discuss Light of the Jedi, the first book in the High Republic Phase 1. And I am so excited because I am proud to announce that the first special guest hosts for my book club are Dyad in the Force, Darth Chaco, and Element 7. A very long time ago, I was on their podcast when Light of the Jedi first came out, so it's a very full circle moment for me, and it's gonna be a blast. Another idea I have for this channel is a podcast called Skill Issue, where I will be reviewing video games that my partner Billy has played and I have not, and he will be reviewing games that I have played and he has not. I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a great way to talk about video games and analyze video games, and I'm really looking forward to the discussions we're gonna have about games that I grew up with versus games that he grew up with. And there might be some opportunity for some gameplay streams or dual gameplay streams while we do that. Other than that, as I said, Star Wars lore, analysis, reviews, and if you have an idea for something you'd like to see, let me know. Do you want me to review all of the Star Wars movies? Do you want me to rank the top 10 Sith Lords of all time? Let me know and maybe I'll do it. CRAllen27 on Instagram asks, what got you into Star Wars? And as I said before, I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan. I can't remember exactly when I was first exposed to Star Wars, but I have been attached to it at the hip for my entire life. Padme was my girl. I wanted to be here. I wanted to dress like her. I finally got to cosplay her lake dress in 2017, and that is one of my greatest fangirl moments of my entire life. But Star Wars runs through my blood. It's in my veins. It's all around me, and it always has been. Also from Instagram, Poppy Skywalker asks, what is your favorite Star Wars alien species? This is so easy for me. I love Mickeyans. I think their design is absolutely beautiful, and actually, I am playing a British Mickeyan on Jedi Master Allen's YouTube page where he is doing a Star Wars TTRPG, and I'm so excited about that. I don't think my episodes are going to come out for a while yet, but please do check out his channel and check out the game because it is so much fun. Similarly, MaxiGamerNL wants to know, if I could get one Star Wars animal in real life, what would I choose? Probably Nyx from Star Wars Outlaws. I haven't had a chance to play Outlaws yet, and I definitely want to be playing that on this channel, but I think he is so cute, and I don't know the name of his species, but I would love one of those. And if not him, then definitely Turgle, but not to keep as a pet, because that would be wrong, but I would love to have Turgle in my life as my friend. I think I'm Turgle's #1 biggest fan. Estery Rose on Discord wants to know, what are your hopes for when canon finally covers the Old Republic? Listen, I am a KOTOR remake truther. I still think somewhere down the line we are getting a KOTOR remake. I think KOTOR is a fundamental Star Wars story. I think everybody needs to play it at least once in their life. KOTOR remake is going to happen somehow, some way, but when people always ask me, if you were in charge of Lucasfilm, what would you do? I always say that I would make like a 4-part Kreia live-action miniseries, because I think Kreia is one of the most interesting villains, not just in Star Wars, but in fictional history. I think she's incredible. I think her philosophy of the Force is so interesting, and that is what I would do if I had the powers that be and I could create any Star Wars project. And last but not least, Chester Steve 81 asks, what Star Wars show or film am I most excited for, and what new merch do you hope they drop for it? Listen, I'm a Lego girly. I will buy every Star Wars Lego to ever Lego. If it's a Lego, I'm gonna buy it. So that is the answer to the merch question, but I am so excited for Skeleton Crew. I think it's going to be so much fun, and I'm also really looking forward to Andor Season 2. If you haven't watched Andor, please go do it. My partner hasn't watched Andor yet, and he needs to, because it's a thrill ride from start to finish. It's one of the best Star Wars stories, and I highly recommend it. A lot of the other questions I answered in other parts of this video, but thank you to everyone who did ask a question. If you have other questions for me, feel free to leave a comment, and I will do another Q&A later down the line, but I really just wanted an opportunity to introduce myself, to start my channel, and get going with all of these amazing projects that I have in mind, because YouTube is something that I've been wanting to do for so many years now, and I finally have the setup and the equipment, and we're gonna do it! So let's go! Yeah! But in all seriousness, thank you so much for watching. I am so excited to be here on YouTube now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and you can also find me at Sawyerism on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and my Discord server where all are welcome. So come on down, and I will see you in the next video.